I wanted to make it a poll. I wanted to kind of do a little bit of a temperature check, but there was the idea of, could the Oilers do some one-stop shopping maybe with Nashville at the deadline? Erik Haula is a name. Steven Ellis had him
on his top 5.
On his top 5 underrated deadline targets.
And awesome nickname.
Well, it depends.
Hall of Famer,
yes. I thought you were going to say the one you always say.
Well, that will be an awesome nickname. Yeah. Haula. I mean, like, if we get Erik Haula, there's no way we can't produce a T-shirt that just says Haula Haula City of Squalor.
Holla at me.
Come on. Marketing team.
So I tweeted out, and Erik Haula, by the way, for those of you who maybe don't know, 34 years old. He's a vet. Doesn't bring a ton of size, but what he does bring is speed, penalty killing. He's put up decent numbers this year in Nashville. He's got 29 points in 57 games. 7 of his 9 goals have come away from the power play. So again, goal production, maybe not exactly what you'd like, but he can move. He's a good complementary piece. Plays center, plays left wing. He'd fit up and down the lineup. And then the other one is Nick Perbix, who is a big right shot defenseman, a guy who I think kind of does meet the description of Ekholm Jr. a little bit. He is big. He's not like a terrible puck mover by any stretch of the imagination. He has a beard. He's a former Predator. Plenty of parallels to draw.
Current Predator.
Would be a former Predator.
Nashville Predator.
But anyways, he's 27. He's got one more year at $2.75 million. So I put out the tweet. How would you feel if the Oilers acquired Perbix and Haula as their big deadline move? I said, let's say they send out Mangiapane and a first-round pick or something around that. Okay. 17% of you said you'd be happy. 41% said it's fine, I guess. 41% said it would be a failure.
I can't remember what I voted.
Well,
I think I would have thought it's fine, I guess, too. I just think at the end of the day, and we were proposed this question to you by original poser on ONR a few weeks ago, just like, would you be satisfied with this? And I think even if it's not those two players, I think something along those lines is probably what they're going to get. I would suspect, and I think they will probably try and do a one-stop shop. And maybe, because I'm just trying to think of like the Adam Henrique deal. They obviously got Sam Carrick in there as well. But then didn't they go out and get Troy Stecher for like a late pick? Like maybe they try and do something like that too. I don't think fans should be as disappointed in this deal as maybe it will come across. Because again, it's not always about getting the best player available. It's about getting the players that actually fit in your lineup. And again, I need to do a little bit more research on Nick Perbix. Hell of a name. Must be one of very few players with an X in his name in the league.
Sure.
I would think Lamoureux on Utah, would be another one. I can't think of another
Alex Texier.
Oh, yeah.
First name. Oh, yeah, he is a
Jack Guy. Both of them. The
Jack
fact
Guy.
they have it to start that name is crazy.
I just think, again, some of the disappointment here is kind of what I wanted to address. Like Karam tweeted me and said, do you think this trade would make the Oilers a stronger contender for the Cup? Well, no, like there are other things that would have to happen.
Totally.
Like they would need to get good goaltending. You need Connor and Leon to stay healthy and be at their best. You need Wallman to find his form. Do I think this trade, though, would make the Oilers a stronger contender for the Cup? Yeah, I do. You'd be adding a good veteran top 9 forward who can play center or play the wing. You'd be adding a top 4 defenseman with some size who I think could excel in the playoffs. And I know he's not an impact guy overall. Sure, but could he be impactful in the spots where the Oilers need him to be? And I think he could be.
I just think, look at it this way. If you can pull up the lineup for us, Aaron, when you got a second here. Maybe do the tweet from Bob so we see his profile picture again. If you were to add an Erik Haula, for example, and then all of a sudden your third line can become Podkolzin. Let's do Podkolzin, Henrique, and Kapanen. And then all of a sudden your fourth line is Haula. Just say Freddie and Yaremchuk. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't think
top line stays the same, second line stays the same.
You're moving down Frederick, or you move down Henrique, whatever you want to do. And then Hall is on your fourth line, Kapanen's on your third line. And then I think from there, you're like, you're happy with what you've got. I think, and the point is like, again, if you can get a top guy, of course, go get the best player you can available. But if it's these two players that you're suggesting, it's not as bad as it may seem.
So, Kapanen, like, what if your third line, though, was Kapanen, Podkolzin, and Haula? Like,
Sure.
That's a line that flies.
Exactly.
Your fourth line's Rico, Freddie, and Janmark.
Yeah, the bottom six, though, looks a lot better.
It does. Like, pieces start to move around a bit more.
And obviously that comes with guys like Henrique has to play a little bit better. Yeah. Frederick, too, of course. But you would hope a guy like Haula, as the example, can elevate and come with a bit more to his game. He has playoff experience, too. He has 78 playoff games, 16 playoff goals.
Darren with a comment. If you say top 9 forward and then bottom 6 forward, is that not saying the same thing for the most part? I think the way I differentiate those two descriptions, to me, Erik Haula is a top 9 forward because he is a third liner who, if you were to flip him on the wing, you need a pinch hit duty in your top 6, he can do it for you. Curtis Lazar is a bottom 6er. Matthias Janmark is a bottom 6er. These are guys who their ceiling is a third liner. Their ceiling is a checking forward. So that's kind of why I differentiate those two, or I have two different descriptions like that. Hall is a guy who you can move around. Boone Jenner would be a guy, top 9 forward. If he's on your third line, it's a luxury, and he'll play that role and be good at it. He can move up, though.
Yep, I think that's exactly how I would describe it, too.
Yep. But some people were commenting and saying, if that's all you can bring, then keep the powder dry. So like, this is maybe where I want to make I'll put a poll in our YouTube chat for our viewers. If your two options, it's an hour until the deadline, you're Stan Bowman. Bobby McMahon has re-signed in Toronto.
God damn it.
The price on Nick Schneider is Braden Schneider is Ike Howard in a first, and you have no interest in doing that.
Well, I would.
I know, but like, let's say it's an hour until the deadline, and you are faced with two options as Stan Bowman. Mangiapane in a first for Perbix and Haula. And the money works because they'll keep 50% of Haula.
What's his money? 275, right?
3.1.
Oh, 3.1, okay.
So you'd keep him down to 1.6. You'd be adding, with Perbix, about 4.3 million, getting rid of the 3.6 of Mangiapane. Like, the money does work. If your options, like someone again who tweeted me and said, if that's the only case, keep your powder dry. Would you do the Nashville trade, or would you do nothing and just say, you know what, there wasn't the right trade out there for us. We're not making an addition.
I don't know. I honestly do not know. I think... I don't know. I really don't. I would continue to look for... I would continue to look, and if that's kind of the last thing, I don't know if they need to make a desperation trade, so maybe that person is correct. How long does Perbix have left?
1 more year, 2.75.
Okay, so that's good.
Yeah.
So you're getting for next year. And Hall is a free agent. A guy you can probably bring back if you wanted to, though. Like, he's an option. Get him in here. I do think I would rather look elsewhere. Does Nashville have another forward that could be of interest?
They have been linked for a while to Michael McCarron. Right shot center, big body, does not score, but face off, tough, hits, all that shit.
Interesting.
Not super interested in him.
No, I don't know. I'm curious about him, though. If they want to be a bit tougher, obviously he's the guy you bring in. How things are.
So,
third line center. Now that guy... You want a bottom 6 forward? Michael McCarron.
Yeah. Dilly is in. No way you're trading a first for Perbix and Haula in any scenario. Well, let me walk you through that, because I, again, saw that a little bit on Twitter when people were like, you're not giving up a first-round pick for those guys.
Of course.
Andrew Mangiapane is a negative asset. The Edmonton Oilers' first-round pick, whatever year they're dealing away, whatever pick they're moving, a first-round pick for the Oilers is considered by other teams as a late first-round pick.
So, yeah, I would say 26 and below.
26th and below. An Oilers first is the same as almost like a Vancouver second, right? Like, you have to remember that. So it's a late first. They're taking Mangiapane's negative value, and they're giving you Haula, who, if they traded Haula on his own, he's a third-round pick. Someone will give you a third or a fourth-round pick for Erik Haula. Probably a third, considering the market. Perbix, a year on his deal with that contract, 6'4" right shot guy, like, he's worth a second from a lot of teams. maybe even more. I don't think a first and Mangiapane is enough to get you Perbix and Haula. I was being generous on the Oilers side.
So maybe look elsewhere.
Maybe. But then we got into the conversation, and Den Poland on Twitter asked me a question who said, what about a Schneider and Cuylle acquisition from the Rangers? Schneider's cap it with retention, helps our cap situation. Cuylle is cost controlled for next year and can move up and down the lineup. So the way I just broke down that Nashville deal, let's try to break that down now from the Rangers perspective. Here's the mock trade that Den threw me. I like that his handle is @OilersGM. Fucking right. Number 2. He's just second in command. To the Rangers, Ike Howard, a 2027 first and a 2026 second. I don't think Josh Brown, don't include him.
There's a money thing.
He's buried though, right? So like, who cares?
Oh, right, of course.
And you get Braden Schneider at 50% retained and Will Cuylle. I think Will Cuylle might be worth a first-round pick on his own here, Liam.
Agreed. But you could say the Oilers have 2 first-round picks in this deal.
Good point. So if Cuylle for Howard.
Sorry, just before you continue, the only real comparison I could find for a Braden Schneider trade was when Bowen Byram was traded for Casey Middlestat. It's the only one I could really find of recent memory. If someone else has another example, let me know. But that's just something similar.
I think Byram might have been considered a little higher.
Oh, I agree. But just in the sense of like young defenseman who's still, I won't dispute.
Jamie Drysdale. Cutter Gauthier.
A little bit different, I would say. You're right, 2 young players. I would just say a little bit different because Cutter Gauthier was like, I ain't playing here.
Yeah. Ike Howard for Braden Schneider then. Probably actually kind of in the realm of possibilities.
Yeah.
And then it's a first and a second for Will Cuylle, which is actually probably pretty good. Value-wise, I think the Rangers have their needs met when it comes to this trade. If you're the Oilers, do you like this deal?
Yes. 100%. You don't? So I'll explain why.
Okay.
You're getting 2 young pieces into the organization that has claimed they've shown they want to become a younger franchise and bring in younger pieces. They've shown that they've done that, obviously, with Howard and Savoy, but they're fresh. Braden Schneider and Will Cuylle can play in the NHL. Mm-hmm. And that's what I would say is why I would take this deal. You're putting 2 guys into your lineup today that would be clear impact pieces. Because Cuylle is is he a center or a wing? Either way, whatever.
He's a left winger.
He's a top 9 forward right now. Braden Schneider, at worst, he's your 3rd right shot defenseman, and he's better than Ty Emerson. If the Oilers can pull off this trade, which I don't know if they could, they would be better.
The other part of this was Mangiapane for McCarron, and a 3rd-round pick.
Just don't even put McCarron in it. Just whatever. Take.
No,
Do you think so?
Yeah, I think they'd like him more than like.
I just think in the sense of like you're just trying to get rid of money.
Yeah, but if he's your extra forward, he's not.
Yeah, that's fair. Sure.
Anyways, the money would all kind of work out in this scenario here, or get pretty close to working out. You might need to like wave a Yan mark or whatever. But
damn,
I think I'd do it.
Oh yeah, I'd snap their hands off.
Yeah,
there'd be no doubt in my mind. Yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah. No risk. I don't even know. Schneider has not put up the offensive numbers he was supposed to. Obviously, similar situation. He would come here. Very limited power play time in New York. Obviously, Adam Fox is there. Cuylle, banger crasher.
Are you worried that Cully's 24?
Yep.
This season, these are some key numbers. 13 goals, 14 assists in 57 games.
Okay.
4 of those goals and 8 of those points have come on the power play. Okay. So take the power play out, and he's got 9 goals and 6 assists. So 15 points in 57 games.
Okay.
Playing 17-10 a night.
Okay. That's fine.
That makes me a little nervous.
Just move Podkolzin down the lineup. And then also what I'll say to that is, too, like, as much as I love to live in today, Nugent Hopkins isn't getting younger.
Yeah, you do need to think
Hyman,
about that. Yeah.
Like eventually, these guys will flip in the lineup, and Savoy's will get on the power play. Cuylle, like, I don't think if Holloway was on this team, it'd be a bit different. But the Oilers don't have that middling 24, 23-year-old right now that can play. and they're missing that. So I think if you somehow are able to get Cuylle and Schneider, which is obviously just a Twitter mock trade, whatever, it'd be awesome if they could.
Yeah.
I do think Schneider could be available. Nevertheless, you've almost made up your wrong for Holloway and Broberg. I don't think Broberg and Schneider are it's the same. I think Broberg's better, but at least you have that younger piece. I like Ty Emerson. He's probably already hit his ceiling.
Yeah.
Where Cuylle, I think, can be just as good as Holloway.
What's up, Nation citizens? If you enjoyed today's episode of Oilers Nation Every Day, make sure you hit the subscribe button here on our YouTube to not miss any of our content. We got you covered from interviews, insight, analysis, everything you need to stay up to date on everything around the team. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video.